rock stars. So today I want to share a little bit about my story. I actually never intended to teach social media to group fitness instructors. I wanted to help instructors become better because I was struggling as an instructor and I didn't have anyone to turn to. So as I gained experience, I thought I want to help those who are starting in their journey because I know how hard it feels to be overwhelmed but excited but confused. So I wanted to teach other instructors how to become strong instructors. And social media was not in my radar, but it sort of happened because I needed some survival skills myself. So today I want to tell you this story of how this all came to be because it was not intentional. So anyway, welcome to my story. If we haven't met, well, hello. My name is Jessica Holgan, but a lot of instructors refer to me as the girl with the white hat, just because I'm always wearing the white fedora hat. It's kind of my thing. I'm located in Texas, so this is the USA. If you are taking this course and you're from outside the USA, well, hey! I love meeting people from all around the world. So I have a bachelor's in dance and then I got a bachelor's in accounting just for fun. I was studying accounting, but I had been dancing my whole life and I was already teaching, and I figured, well, if I'm already teaching this, I might as well get an education from it as well. So I decided to do 2 bachelors at the same time. I have been dancing for 30 years. I have been teaching it for 20. Right? I love that connection with other humans and how through sports and dance, we can better ourselves and achieve a higher sense of purpose through this. So I'm in love with all of dance. I did go the classical route, so ballet was how I started dancing, and I just fell in love with being able to interpret music, right? That was something that really just caught me. I could lose myself in the music. I love the intricacy of ballet. It is hard. It is difficult. It has 5,000 rules and you have to do them all at the same time. I was also in hip hop. I don't know, there was something about hip hop, the explosiveness of it, and the fact that you could do it to modern music really, really appealed to me. And then I also fell in love with contemporary. So contemporary dance is actually my favorite. Because I feel that for me, it's the most emotional of the dances. So when I was in college, I started doing more contemporary work there, and I did a lot of solos because I wanted the opportunity to be on stage and to just be able to express. As much as I love ballet, as much as I love hip hop, I also did jazz. Those were not my choreographies. I was just a dancer representing somebody else's vision. And with contemporary, I was the one choreographing and dancing, so it was my voice 100%. So I was doing the 2 bachelors while at the same time working in the hip hop studio teaching hip hop. I was also teaching ballet or technique to the hip hoppers. I was also teaching hip hop at a high school. I was also teaching jazz at a college. I was also dancing contemporary in my college. And I was also dancing contemporary in a contemporary company. And doing my solo things whenever I could. So I was dancing everywhere. I was obsessed with it. And then I met my lovely husband and we fell in love. It was beautiful. We got married, and then we had a baby. By this time, I was working for a nonprofit, and we would go to low-income schools and teach dance to 4th graders. Whether they wanted it or not, everyone had to be there. And it would be an instructor, a musician, and we would teach them about leadership and teamwork and never giving up and doing your best through music and dance. We use music and dance to really express those concepts to them, and it's been one of my favorite jobs of all time. So I was dancing while having my baby. Then we had another baby. By this time we moved to Dallas, so I had to leave the nonprofit, which I loved, and all those dancing things and my job. I was also working as an accountant part-time for that same nonprofit. So we left everything. We moved to Dallas because my husband got a very good career opportunity here. And now it was my time to stay at home and do babies. So here is baby number 2. He was a boy. And then we had another baby. So I thought my dancing days were over with baby number one. Fortunately, when we moved to Dallas, and here we are in the Dallas area, I discovered group fitness. And I was taking class, and I said, as soon as I am able and strong enough to teach a class, I will teach it. So Zumba is close to my heart because at the time, being home with 3 kids, after having this crazy busy life, to be stuck at home with beautiful, lovely children and a gorgeous husband, but to be stuck at home was really messing with my brain because I felt like I had lost myself. So being able to teach again, just for the joy of teaching, for the joy of being outside of the house, of being myself again, of moving again, was something hugely important for me. And it built up my confidence again. I always felt like I was doing a bad job as a mom. I don't know if every mom feels this way, but that's how I felt. And we had no family in town, so no help. We were by ourselves. We were on our own. And Zumba, group fitness really was a thing that allowed me to lose the weight, to gain my confidence, to gain my leadership again, and to feel like I was in control of something. So while I was teaching Zumba, I discovered this thing called ZenCon. It's a convention where thousands of people gather in Florida for 3 days and dance nonstop. They dance nonstop from 9 in the morning to 11 at night. It's class after class after class after class. And I thought that was so freaking awesome. I was like, oh my God, I thought I was the only crazy one. And I'm sure your format has some type of convention or get together where it's just big and the energy is electrifying. And I told my husband about it and he saw how excited I was. So he was like, yes, you know what? Go to Florida. He's like, I will take time off of work so that I can take care of all 3 kids while you do your Florida thing, but we have no money. So if you can figure out how to come up with the money to go to ZenCon, I'll stay and take care of the kids. So I was excited. I was like, yes, because in my head, the hardest part of all that was what was I going to do with the 3 kids? I can't leave them. And my husband was working nonstop at that time. So it really never occurred to me to ask my husband. So when he offered to take time off of work to take care of them, like he just solved my most difficult question. So I was like, oh, all I need is to come up with the money. That's the easier part. So now I was like, I had a purpose. Before I was teaching dance, I was teaching group fitness for the joy of teaching it. I didn't care if I had 2 people in there or 200 people in there. The important part was that I was out of the house. So I thought, okay, I am going to grow my classes. I'm going to put my name out there. I'm going to network like a maniac. I'm going to do all the things so that I get more classes. I get hired. I create this piggy bank for ZenCon. So now I really started trying to grow my classes, right? And I did it the traditional way, which is subbing classes, because that's what everybody told me to do. So that's what I did. Co-teaching classes, which is what everybody told me to do. So that's what I did. And showing up to other instructors' classes, which was what everybody told me to do. So that's what I did. But I was not growing fast enough. It was taking forever. I had no idea this was such a slow process. So I was like, at this rate, I'm not going to be able to get that play money. So then I thought, okay, I need a different hustle. I'll keep on doing Zumba, which is the format that I was teaching. I'll keep on doing Zumba for the fun of it, for the love of it, because mentally I need it. And I joined a network marketing company selling skincare. So network marketing companies are companies like Mary Kay, Avon, Herbalife, Rodents and Field, Nerium, all of those, right? So I joined one of those with the purpose of that being my piggy bank so that I could go to the convention. And I sucked. I loved the products. I used the products, but I just didn't know how to sell the products. And so this wasn't working. So again, my airplane money was just not getting there. And that's when I heard this concept called attraction marketing. And I learned this through my network marketing company. So the basic concept is, instead of you trying to go out into the world and convince people to buy your product or service, right, whether it be to come to your class or buy my skincare, it's you standing still, delivering a message, and having your clients come closer to you, having them find you. So you are attracting your customers or your students. And for me, that was mind-blowing because I sucked at the traditional marketing. So I was like, yes, I'll have them come to me. And this attraction marketing strategy works especially well on social media. So I started to get obsessed with social media. I was like, yes, I'm going to learn all the things. So I learned all the free things that are out there, the free webinars that you get tagged in those Facebook ads, the challenges, the 5-day challenges, the 30-day challenges. I did all the free stuff. I consumed it so I could understand all these concepts. I also bought a lot of courses. I bought 3-day courses, 5-day courses, 30-day courses, 60-day courses. I tried to get my hands in as much information as I could and learn from as many people as I could, so that I could understand how all of this could apply to my skincare, so that I could crush it in sales and go to the convention. Once all of these elements started to come together, once I started connecting the dots and getting skilled at each one of these elements and knowing how to use these elements in a cohesive way, sales exploded. I was like, yes, I was making sales. And I was making sales through Facebook by posting. So this was mind-blowing to me. It was like, yes, finally. This took me 3 years to figure out. Okay. So when I say I took all these courses and I implemented, it took time to figure out. So I was super excited about that. But skincare, even though it's bringing in cash, is not my passion, right? Dance is my passion. What happens if I use all these social media strategies that I learned in network marketing and I apply them to group fitness? Like, what would happen? So it was just an experiment. So I translated all the things that I was doing in network marketing to sell my skincare and translate it into group fitness. What would the group fitness version of that look? And I started posting. So I started changing the purpose and changing the conversation that I was having with my social media account. And what happened was my phone exploded. It totally exploded. My classes started to grow. My name was out there. People knew who I was. They didn't really know my name, but they knew the hat. And I didn't know if people were listening. And those who were listening, I didn't know if it resonated with them. And instructors were having this conversation with me in tears. They were crying, telling me how much those videos impacted them. And I was overwhelmed. Right? I was overwhelmed by everything, by the fact that the classes were growing and I was doing this thing on social media and it translated to my real life classes, and that I was doing this thing, just watching this little dot, and it was impacting instructors from other places. So that was huge for me. So then the question was, can I teach this to other fitness instructors, right? Because it was working for me. It took me 3.5 years to figure it out, but now that I had, it was working. It was working to the extent to where classes were growing and people were being impacted, right? So I had the double whammy, and I didn't want to be the only one benefiting from all of this. So I was like, can I teach others how to be successful in their classes using their social media? I feel comfortable dancing. I feel comfortable teaching dance. I also feel comfortable teaching instructors how to be instructors. But teaching instructors how to do social media, that was a different ballgame. So I had a social media coach to make sure that I was teaching the right things and I was teaching the effective things. I also had a life coach because I had 3 kids. My life was a little chaotic. I wasn't sure how to fit everything. And if you're in group fitness, you know that the emotions run higher than if you're in a regular job, because our passions are so attached to us. So I had, for 5 months, I had a life coach to help me guide me emotionally through all that. And I hired a business coach because this is a lot of work. And it's a lot of work that I was not willing to do for free. So I need to figure it out how to make it a win-win situation. A win for the client where they get value, they have the tools to become successful, and I get compensated for my time and my hard work. This can be a win-win situation for both. So I hired all 3 coaches. I had to get a new laptop because the computer that we have at home is like 10 years old. And I was going to have to do some editing, and that computer could just not handle the editing software and the RAM and all of the technical things that needs to happen. So I had to buy myself a brand new computer. Then I had to buy software and learn how to use the software. So I was being stretched outside of my comfort zone. I am not tech savvy. I am not a person that likes technology, but I overcame this and I learned this in order to bring this into the world. I also went through a lot of makeup because there was a lot of videos that I had to do because I did and redid them several times. So I went through a lot of makeup as well as many frozen burritos because I was so enthralled with this project that I was really not cooking food for my family or myself, and it was lots of late nights of editing. And so, frozen burritos was just the thing that made my life easier. All in all, I spent around $10,000 between all of that. So it's getting real now. I gained about 6 pounds from all those frozen burritos. And I missed a lot of ballet and taekwondo classes from my kids because I would drop them off, park myself, and stay inside the white minivan and edit like a maniac. So I missed a lot of my kids' activities so that I could get this project done. The goal of this was to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instructors. That was the goal, to get 5 group fitness instructors to do this with me, and I wanted to do it for free for them, right? Because this is a test. I don't know what's going to happen. All of this worked for me. It took me 3 years to figure it out, and it worked really well for me. I didn't know if it was going to work for them, and I was trying to squish the 3.5 years it took me to do it into a 6-week program. So I wasn't sure what was going to come out of this program, and I did not feel right charging for this experiment. So I wanted all 5 instructors to take this program for free, even though I'm $10,000 in the red. As the weeks went by, the instructors started changing their strategies on Facebook, and oh my gosh, it was fabulous. This instructor right here, she wanted to create impact. For her, her class numbers weren't as important as creating impact with other instructors. She created this post using the strategies that I taught her. She was ecstatic because she was creating impact with so many instructors in her format. Autumn came to me, and she is a Strong Nation instructor. She teaches Strong Nation. And she is in a military location. So opposite me, where I'm in a very dense area with tons of fantastic instructors, she is in a very rural area. And she was having trouble growing her classes. She's like, I can barely get people in. I've done everything that I can think of. And she took the course not knowing really what was going to happen. I didn't really know what was going to happen. She was one of the first ones to take the course. And her class exploded. Right, her class increased 400% in 2 months. Right now, she put in the work, okay? She put in the time, she put in the work, but it was working. So instructors were growing their classes by just posting. And instructors like Angie here, who have never ever thought about how to market themselves, not how to market the format, but how to market themselves. What do they represent? They were learning how to do that in a very fun, easy to follow way, and they loved it. So yes, the 6-week course, the intensive, was a total success. Instructors were growing their classes. I've had instructors from all over the world take it, from the UK, from Canada, from Romania, from Switzerland, from New Zealand, from Australia. Like, it's been everywhere. So that is awesome. But not everyone has 6 weeks and not everyone can afford that program. So I wanted to create a course that was smaller, a mini course for those instructors who didn't have the time or the resources to invest in the bigger course. So I asked my current clients and my past clients, I'm like, hey, out of the 6-week course, what was your favorite part? Which one was your favorite week? What, out of everything that you did, what was your favorite thing that you did? Unanimously, they all said the makeover. The makeover part, the part where we get to change our cover, our profiles, our names, our stuff, and where they go from doing all the mistakes to learning all the things that really makes you look cool online. Like, that's the best part. That was their favorite part of the course. So then I created the Profile Makeover Secrets, also known as the mini course, right? Because it's not 6 weeks, it's 3 days, right? So I took the favorite thing that they loved, right, which was the makeover, and pulled it out of the 6-week one and created the Profile Makeover Secrets, so that instructors that don't have the time or resources to do the big one can still benefit. Can still benefit from all these secrets that they are learning, right, when it comes to their profile and to nailing that first impression. So here are some examples of the makeover, right, where instructors go from just looking ordinary to just looking professional. The makeover also allows your profile to look unique. One of my favorite things is to see instructors grow creatively, watching them take this course and then transform their profile into something that truly represents them and that is attractive to potential students, which is something that a lot of instructors miss. So why should you learn this? Because social media is booming. That is where everyone is at. No longer are people at the mall, right? They're on social media. And while you can still do flyers and business cards and like go that route, really where people are investing even their ad money is on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media. That's where the crowds are gathered. They're gathered virtually. And this is the present right now, and it's going to continue in the future. So if you're not comfortable using social media and you want to grow your classes or sell a product or service, it's time for you to get a little bit uncomfortable and learn this environment, because it's not going away and it's only going to get stronger. And you want to be well versed in this medium to have a successful business. Yes? Also, because first impressions matter. They count. On social media, they can't see you. They can't get to know you, feel your energy, see your smile. All they get is a screen, right? And that's their first impression of you. And here's the disconnect. A lot of group fitness instructors feel that what they are posting, their first impression, their profile, they feel that that is attracting new students. But in reality, it's scaring new students, right? Because they're doing all the wrong things. And the only reason that I know it's the wrong things is because I did all the wrong things. And then I changed it. And then I saw change, right? And then I saw success. So first impressions matter. They are everything on social media. And it is my goal to make your first impression look authentic, genuine, and professional. So what should you expect in these 3 days with me? Throughout the course, you're going to learn the concept, what is behind the do's and the don'ts, why yes, why no. So you learn the concept. We'll also go behind the scenes into the Facebook. We're going to go into the Facebook for examples of the do's and the don'ts so that you get to see from an audience perspective why these concepts are there. You'll also have some homework. Because if you're group fitness instructors, you know that practice makes perfect. So throughout this course, you will see the concept, the behind the scenes, and then a homework that relates to that concept so that you learn and you practice, you learn and you practice. Yes? You will also get personal feedback. Now, I believe that feedback makes you better. It pushes you more than what you would have pushed yourself. And I say this because I come from the dance background. And in dance, we go to class, and every single class, the instructor, the teacher, whether it's dance or hip hop or jazz or contemporary, they all give you feedback constantly. And every day you're getting a little bit better because of that personal feedback that the instructor is giving to you. And when I got involved in group fitness, there wasn't any of that. I was like, who's paying attention to the things that I'm doing as an instructor? As a dancer, that's not how we improve. We improve by daily actions, moving small little movements every day towards improvement. So I want to include that in my courses. So that's why I am big on giving personal feedback. But in order to get personal feedback, you need to post. So you need to post your homework at the stage. And in that post, I will give you personal feedback on the artistic choices that you are making to make sure that you're working at the best of your capacity. Yes? Now, while it started as me wanting to just buy a plane ticket and get some airplane money, these courses have been so successful now that my goal has changed, and all the revenue that I get from my courses is actually turning into college funds. So, want to get emotional. So your contributions by you purchasing this course and everyone who's taking the 6 weeks and the mini course, it's now going into a college fund, because as you saw, I have 3 kids. But this is creating a serious impact in my life now. So it's gone full circle. I've impacted instructors, and now because instructors are getting such value from this course, you are impacting my life. So this is us now. Yay! I still don't know how my husband managed to take this picture, because very rarely can we all be together in one picture. There's always someone missing. So I'm really happy I found a picture of all 5 of us. Okay, so now it's your turn. So let's do this. I'll see you on the other side.